Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Greg Marshall. Today I want to talk to you about consistency when it comes to your marketing and what you're doing. And so in order to get great results, you just got to do things for a whole lot longer and a whole lot more consistent. Now here's an example. So when I first started, running ads and doing marketing and things like that, I would just basically mentally get in the mindset of whatever I make today will make me money 12 months from now, right? And so if I'm constantly doing that and I'm constantly thinking about whatever I do today is what's going to make me money 12 months from today, not whatever I do today is going to make me money today, it makes it a whole lot more exciting because a lot of times we can get trapped in thinking that I have to do the perfect video or the perfect ad or the perfect this or the perfect that. And what all that does is that's just a convenient excuse to just not do anything, right? And if you don't do anything, then you'll never make any progress. And then that time's going to pass anyways. This is one of a joke that I used to say to clients is saying, well, 12 months is going to pass anyway, so you might as well do the stuff now. Because imagine where you would be if you started doing stuff 12 months from now or 12 months ago. Right? And so the consistency really matters. And so one of the things that you really should think about that helps us be more consistent with what we're doing and what helps me personally is always think of a system. First, create a system that you can follow that is systematic, whether that's using some scheduling tools, getting people on your team to help you, or you pick a day each week and then plan out what you're going to be posting, or even better, plan out in advance what you're going to be doing. And the reason why this is helpful is because you got to get some type of system. If you think that you're just going to do a bunch of random acts and have successful results with your marketing, it's just not going to happen, right? Because there's too much competition. There's too many people in the marketplace. There's too many people trying to get the same customer you're trying to get, right? And so with that being said, if you want to have more success with your marketing, it starts with the stuff that nobody really likes to talk about or wants to do. It's the fundamentals. And the fundamentals is this. Anyone can do this. That's the crazy thing is you just got to show up every single day and just do it every single day. I'm going to share a quick story. So when I first got into business, I basically had my business stolen from me, right? It got stolen from me because I had no idea how to market and I got taken advantage of. Right? And boy, was that a hard lesson to go through. I mean, it did not feel good to go through this lesson, but it taught me something. The person that stole the business from me, at least they had the, the guts, and I guess you can call it the integrity, to sit me down and tell me they're going to take it from me and tell me why they're going to take it from me. And this is probably one of the most impactful moments of my life because what happened was I was told, well, you don't know how to market. Right? You know how to sell, but you don't know how to market. And because you don't know how to market, you're nothing without us. There's nothing unique about you. Those words hit me right here, right in the heart. It did not feel good to hear that, right? But what it did do is it taught me and motivated me to go learn how to do marketing. And it wasn't until that day where that happened to me where I literally made a deal with myself, a promise, a commitment. This commitment was, every single day, I will never again go through a single day in my working career without doing one form of marketing. And I can easily tell you, I have never missed a day since. And that was like 17 years ago, right? A very, very long time ago. And one of the things I get told consistently is, you seem pretty natural on camera. I tend to, when I do videos, even ads, I can do them in one shot. I don't need 15, 20, 30 different takes to do it. And there's a perfectly good reason for that. It's because 17 years ago, I started trying to do video marketing with the little webcam on your camera that had terrible quality, by the way. And I was in a poorly lit room and I'm talking about stuff that I didn't feel comfortable talking about because I'm talking about myself and I was worried about how my voice sounded and I just hated the entire process. But I committed because the pain of not being able to have my business and control my own destiny was way too great for me not to do it, right? So that was kind of my driving force. And so I did it each and every day. Every day I was in there recording, whether I felt stupid, whether I felt dumb, or whether I felt like, is anyone even going to listen to anything I have to say? And now I'm glad I did it, right? Because it's been 17 years of just being on the camera. Yes, did I have some friends make fun of me? Of course I did. Did I have some people, some business partners and things like that give me a hard time for always being on the camera? Yes, I did deal with that. And that's okay, because you know what? One thing that I'm proud to say is many times when people give you a hard time like that, it's because they personally feel uncomfortable doing the very thing you're doing, right? And because of that, a way to make them feel better that they're not doing it is to just essentially make fun of you, which is fine. I was willing to pay that price because the pain of getting my business stolen was so powerful that I was just like, yeah, I don't care. I don't care how much, how uncomfortable I feel or how insecure I feel on the camera. I'm going to do it anyways, right? And then I got better and I got better and I got better. And I just kept making videos, and I did it every single day. And I worked on how can I get the video seen? How can I run ads with these videos? How can I maximize what I'm doing with these videos? And here's what I've learned by being consistent for almost 17 years. It's probably even longer than that. I learned that there's a very specific way you want to talk on camera, a very specific way you want to do ad hooks and educate and calls to action and content. And this is all the data that I learned from doing videos this long that I would have never learned if I did not take the time to actually do this every day, right? And it's commitment. Every single day, no matter how dumb you feel, do it anyways. Because you'll be shocked how many people will actually watch it. And here's the other thing. When people see you showing up each and every day, they start to take you more seriously because they're like, this, obviously, I've seen this guy now for 17 years in a row. He must be doing something right to keep doing it, right? And so when you keep showing up, people tend to trust you and tend to go, they'll notice or pick up on what you're doing. And it's not going to be right away. But what you will see is it's a compounding effect, because the longer you do it, the more you do it, the better you get, the better you communicate. I believe video marketing is one of the best ways to help your elevator pitch, help you present on stages, help you talk to people just out in public about what you do and what your business is or whatever it is that you're working on. I really believe that video marketing is like essentially practice on getting really, really good at just at the drop of a dime talking about what it is you do, why you do it, how you do it, who it benefits, and things like that, right? And I think that skill comes from the repetitions of doing it every single day. And some other things that I learned while doing videos all the time was how much the more you do it, the less you think about the camera looking at you or not knowing what to say or freezing up. It's a real skill, because I've known plenty of people who can speak on camera not speak on camera, but speak in public. Do public speaking and stuff like that. You put a camera in front of them and they tense up, they tighten up, they don't show any of their personality. They don't do any of that, right? And the reason for that is because it really is a skill to speak to this piece of equipment when no one else is around and you're just talking to it. It does take time to get used to how to speak to it, right? Just like it takes time on how to speak to the general public when you're doing a public speech, right? Or if you're on TV. So I think these videos are extremely important. I think the consistency of doing the marketing every single day has helped me tremendously, has taught me a lot, and it's a great weapon that I get to keep in my pocket for any business that I ever want to do, right? Because communicating on a camera and showcasing that you know how to speak, you have a certain energy about you, you have a personality, whether you like it or dislike it, there's no doubt there's a personality that comes to it. And you get to, human beings get to feel your vibe when you're talking. They could see like, you know what, I like this guy's energy, or you know what, I don't. And that's okay. I've had funny comments too on some of my videos where people have, called me, unflattering names, but that's okay. I usually just laugh at them now, because I just know like I'm not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and that's okay. But if you do something each and every day, your confidence will go up. You'll be able to produce more faster, right? You become more efficient. And then when you're doing something each and every day, It just becomes a habit. It becomes a habit, just like, hopefully, like you brush your teeth every day, right? You just do it and you just keep doing it. And before you know it, initially, there's usually a resistance of like, you have to move heaven and earth to get yourself to sit down and actually record it because it makes you feel uncomfortable. But then after doing it for so long, it doesn't take you very long to kind of just get right to it, right? And get in the groove. And I'm telling you, by doing things consistently each and every day and focusing on how can I do this better every day, you will be amazed and shocked at the progress you will make and how much more, believable and confident and smooth that you sound versus what you sounded when you first made your first video. And I have seen, it's funny, I found like a few videos that I created when I first started, and I was like, oh my goodness, these are so bad, right? But then on the flip side, I looked at it and said, wow, I have made tremendous progress, right? And I've upgraded my skills, I've improved my communication skills, I've improved how I deliver. And, now I have a lot of fun actually doing the camera. And the other thing by doing something consistently is sometimes subconsciously you can kind of sabotage yourself because let me give you an example. When I was making videos, I used to hate the sound of my voice or even looking at myself on the camera. It made me really insecure. You don't think that I was actually operating in that same level when the camera was off? Right? I still felt that was just magnifying what I already felt. So this is a great way, if you're doing something consistently, to start integrating it so much that it can teach you a lot about yourself and how you operate and what things maybe could be bottlenecks that are preventing you from growing your business. And so my message to you today is really about consistency and focusing on, you have to do it each and every day. You have to do a lot of it each and every day. And you have to just enjoy the journey and the process and understand that the results you're going to get are going to come from 12 months from today. So just realize the clock is ticking. If you decide to wait to do your videos or wait to do that push or wait to do anything and you keep doing it, you can actually get yourself in the consistent habit of not doing it, right? And then a year will pass by and you've got nothing to show for it. Why don't you just start now and get consistent with what you're going to do and start learning? And the reason why people, hesitate usually on this is because if they do 2 or 3 videos and they do not see, results instantly, they just bag it and say, yeah, it's not going to work for me. I mean, if you just keep doing that to start and stop, you're never going to get anywhere. You just got to do it every single day. And it's almost better to just pretend like you're doing this as a hobby, as a mental, a way to frame it in your mind. Just think of it as like you're doing it as a hobby. Because if you're doing it like, I need to see an ROI right away, direct response, and if I don't get people to respond, it's just not worth it, I'm going to move on to the next thing. That habit that you do right there will follow you everywhere you go, because that demonstrates to you that, hey, if something doesn't work right away, I'll go to the next thing. So I quit easy, right? I quit easy. And that's not what you want to be doing. You don't want to be quitting easy. You want to just keep doing things, iterate, improve, constantly do that. Never stop. And so you can learn the skill of how to actually stay and follow through with something so that you can get the results that you want. So hopefully the message was well received on your end, as I'm just sharing this as a, rule of thumb. Something that has been true in my life. Coming from the personal trainer background that I came from, I just find that if you actually stay consistent, the same principles that work when training clients in fitness works in marketing. You just got to do it every day, and you just have to consistently commit to saying, I'm going to do this no matter what my mood is, what my feelings are. I'm just going to get it done because I will be proud of myself and the progress that I made, and I will be so happy that I stayed the course 12 months from now. So if this video resonates with you, leave a comment below, like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that, and I'll talk to you guys later.